Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Cross Designs. Welcome and welcome back. I'm here today with a little craft with me, really. You do get to see me make these from start to finish, but it is the first time I've made them. I watched a video by a lady called Joanne Jean. I will link her in my description. And I just loved what she made and I thought, I can do that. I need to have a go at that. And yes, it is a messier craft than I usually do, but I thoroughly enjoyed making these. So stick with me and I'll show you exactly how I made them. So here we go. I'm using a cereal box for my backing. It's already flattened and saved. I saved my favourite cereal boxes, you know. I like these because it's a lovely craft colour on the other side. I'm not too bothered about getting it perfectly straight. I just roughly cut that. So you can use anything of any size for a base. I just happen to have got this cereal box. I was going to use an Amazon envelope, fancy it. I'm not sure if they'd be a bit too thick. Actually, no, perhaps not. I'm just conscious that when I have finished my collage, I'm going to have to cut them up. And I may try die cutting a few as well. I'm going to cut that off because it's very bent, and whatever embellishment I make with it will end up very bent. It could ruin it. Right, so I've got lots of strips of paper. I'm going to turn that other way up because it'll do me head in being upside down and it's nothing to do with what I'm doing. Right, I've ripped up, this is just a map page, an atlas page. I just like the colours of this one. Is it Mexico? Yeah, so Mexico is a good colour. I've got some tea-dyed bits of paper and just a few other scrapbook papers I know I'm never going to use, so I've introduced a few new scraps to use in this collage. I've got my trusty scrappy scraps, and I've got the scraps that you'll see me use when I say I'm going to use my design paper scraps. Yeah, I've got lots of those over to one side, but I want to use these. I like the colours. Right, I'm using my Elmer's glue stick. Love that thing. It's my favourite glue stick. And I'm tending to want to use long, thin strips. I don't want to spend all day collaging this. I mean, to be honest, you could do this technique on a piece of, yeah, scrapbook paper. I suppose it'd be just a nice thickness as well, wouldn't it? I ended up putting glue on the wrong side. Oh well. I've got green and a bit of Mexico colour. Mexico colour. I think in this atlas they've used that colour for mountains. It is quite an old one. I think the colours are nicer in the old ones. Right, there we go. Don't worry if I get glue everywhere, it rubs off. Don't worry if it's not straight. I'm going to cut it up. And I picked these other few scrapbook papers because again I liked the colours. I mean, so you only get nice scraps if you use nice papers, don't you? And sometimes I don't want to be limited by the scraps I've got when using scraps. It's nice to be able to mix and match them with other things. Yeah, I mean, I would have never used that paper for anything, so it was sat there waiting. It was what I often call a future scrap. I just spied that in the other box. I like that. I'm going to use that. So yeah, we can have future scraps, past scraps, whatever scraps. Anyway, the children are all locked up in school today. It's the first day back. I sent them, they left house early to get there early. So they left house at like 5 to 8 this morning. They normally start school at 20 to 9. And yes, there'd been a problem with email I got end of term last year, and unbeknownst to me, that email actually told us that the children didn't have to go back to school until 11, was it 11:30 or 11:20, I forget which. So yeah, they were back home by 20 past 8. Oh dear. They're like, apparently you've had a text telling you we don't have to go to school until 11:30. I'm like, oh, I think I have got a text. And at 8:36 I got the text saying as per our previous letter. So I went looking for this letter and I found the email. I remember not being too concerned that this end of term email were unreadable because, yeah, I'm awful, but there's not always a great deal of useful information in them. So I don't know what had happened. I don't know if it's something to do. I don't know. It just were random letters, unreadable. Weren't even a language. It looked like some kind of computer code. So I'd not read it. So yeah, poor little cherubs could have had an extra 3 hours in bed. Sorry. Oh, they'll be lovely and tired when they get home. I've decided I'm going to put that way. Don't know why, I just do. They'll be lovely and tired when they get home. And my collage looks far more organised and OCD than the one Joanne did, if that's a name. The name of the channel is Joanne Jean. She plays music over her videos, so I've watched a couple of other videos, and I'm assuming that's a name. I may be wrong. I'm not the most observant of people. And let's start that one from that side. I don't know why, because it would have then just been easy to put a strip down there. Oh well. Right, let's get something out of here. That's, oh, I like that with bits of leaves on. Oh, and I like that. Yeah. That's nice. This reminds me of that strip collage I did to make tickets from a while back now. But it isn't. It isn't. Does that? No, it doesn't need a tone edge. I'm not going to stress that I haven't got a tone edge. When we've done putting paint and ink on this, you're not going to see the background quite so well anyway. We just want a nice base putting down. So yeah, it is a bit of a... It's not smart. Is it smart? I normally do this? I don't know. Why am I making that meat? I'm not doing strip collage. Just put it anywhere you want, woman. Anywhere. Can do. I'm only putting those right to end just so it's going to be easier to cut. Now that's... I'm going to rip that and glue it. Whee. Yeah, we're going to do stamping. We're going to do inking. We're going to do painting. Woohoo! Not like as in fine art painting. No, never. Not me. I cut that a bit wonky, but it don't matter. Cut it off. The world will not indeed end. Oh, I quite like that. That's a nice neutral. I don't think I want to rip this. It's quite a thick paper and it does leave quite big white edges. So sometimes we can just cut it, can't we? There are no rules. That's the whole point, isn't it? No rules. We can do what we want. Every time I say that, I want to sing Take That. If you don't know who Take That are, you must be a lot younger than me. So yeah, I'm so looking forward to today. I'm like, yes, kids at school. I'm just going to do some crafting. I've hardly done any. You have seen all the crafting I have done in the last 2 months, basically, in my videos on YouTube, and I've barely managed a video a week. In fact, when I was ill, I think I didn't do a video for nearly 2 weeks. Just throwing that in the recycling. And I'm just going to get some bits to fill this in. I'm going to put that there. I don't think I want that white edge on. I'll just put that there, and then I'll put another bit there. It don't matter, because we're going to cut it up. It really don't matter. Yeah, and then it's like, what shall I do? I've got all these ideas that I've got for videos wrote down in a little planner, and none of them were speaking to me. And then I remembered this video I'd seen, and I'm like, yeah, just do it. You've got most of the stuff close to hand. I think I'm gonna... Do you know I've not put map anywhere in end, have I, other than there? So it's because I'm just gluing it. I'm not thinking. I'm rabbiting. I'm talking. If I thought about this, it'd take me twice as long. Really would. Things like that always do. I don't want that way. See, I've started thinking about it, and I'm turning that upside down because I want that white bit gone. Crazy lady. I think I might just put another bit of map page there. Yeah, because I can. It's not majorly thick, this map page. Well, they're not all the atlases. The paper's not as thick as we're getting other things. Yeah, you go there, mate. You go there. And then that bit, I can't waste it. Take that white edge off and I'll stick that up here somewhere. Because I did want to get quite a bit of this colour in. I don't know if you heard that, we just had a lot of sirens going past. Don't know why I got all posh when I said that. I'm from Yorkshire, we say past, we don't say past. So, no idea. I couldn't really tell you. And I'm going to cover that bit up. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. I can do what I want. Kids are at school. I can think better when kids are at school. And to be quite honest, yeah, we have had quite a few days out last couple of weeks. I think, yeah, I was a bit of a hermit because I was like, oh, COVID, no, I'm not going anywhere where I can catch that. And it's like, you just can't avoid it now, can you? If you're going out. And because I've just had it, I'm like, yay, let's go out and about, do some things I wouldn't otherwise have done because of that. So yeah, I've had a few nice days out on train. Museums, my kids love museums. Crazy kids. A couple of days just shopping. In fact, I've never been one to enjoy a day just shopping. But last Thursday, me and Bex, we just went shopping. And we were on bus before 9 in the morning. Crazy. I think, do you know, I've got a feeling I said that in the giveaway video. Yeah. Yeah, I did film a video and we give away results. I'm thinking, I'm sure I've told them this. Right, so that's my collage. All I'm going to do now is just pause for about 15 minutes just to make sure it's lovely and dry before I go in and start putting ink and paint and stamps on it. So, see you in 2 ticks. So, that's dry now and I've took that time to get myself organised. I've got my stamps and my stamp blocks, my inks that I'm going to use. You'll note, if you go and watch the other video, you'll notice I'm using different things, yeah? The whole point of this is use what you've got, yeah? Don't think, oh, I've got to go and buy that ink pad and those pencils and those stamps. Use what you've got. I've dug out some stamps that I've had for years and never used because that's what I used to do. When I was working and I didn't have kids, I used to buy things and never have time to use them. And I've got these. I have no idea how old they are. I might have got them after I got kids. They're by Crafter's Companion. So I'm showing them you because I know someone will ask what stamps they were. And they're called Textures. They were 4-inch set. And they were relatively cheap because they're those kind of stamps where you have to put the backing on yourself. That's why it looks like it's been chewed off that where, I don't know, chewed off by an hamster, that looks like, doesn't it? So I've got those, and I'm going to be using some to add a little bit of pattern and texture to this. I've also got my trusty Field Note stamp set out that I've had so much use out of that stamp set. I would recommend that to anyone, but you can make it without the stamp set. I'm only going to use a few numbers out of that, I think, and I'm going to use my frames, yeah? If you don't have frames, draw your frames and then cut round them. Your frame doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, I may draw a couple of frames and cut round them. Joanne Jean used distress crayons. I don't know if I'm going to use them because, again, I'm lucky I get Happy Mail and I have had some Arteza watercolours in Happy Mail from my Amazon wish list. And these, I then went and bought another pack straight away for my daughter because when she saw them, she loved them and wanted them. I'm like, no, they're mine. Get your mitts off. And when I looked, they were on offer and they were £8. £8. It says premium, and I didn't even put these on my wish list because they were premium. I put them on because they were cheap. And I'm not an artist. I'm not going to do anything vaguely artistic with these. It's all going to be crafty. Look at those colours. And some of the colours really do remind me of the Tim Holtz Distress palette. They just do. Look, they go nice. Yeah? So £8. I'm not even going to mention Tim Holtz new watercolour pencils. Don't even go there, woman. I had to have a lie down in a dark room when I saw the price for them. Thump. Anyhow, there you go. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to have, yeah, let's do a little bit with my distress crayons, just because I've never used them. These were also Happy Mail. Oh, I don't like how they don't put on. I'm the kind of person who I will lose that lid. That lid will be gone. Sorry. Well, oh dear. Do they twist? Oh yeah, they twist. I'm still going to lose lid. So I'm just going to... Ooh, you can't be too heavy-handed. Then can you blend them just with your finger? You can. You can also put water on them. My bottle don't work. It doesn't squirt. It just drops. But not a bad thing for this. Do they blend with water? Yeah, they do. Well, that's nice. I know they do because I watched the other lady do it. I like that because that's going to get cut up and... Yeah, it's not going to look like a splodge because I'm going to cut it up. Let's put a little bit there. Splodge of water. I have got my heat gun to hand as well. I put quite a bit too much water on there. Grab a bit of kitchen roll, woman. Yes, I'm even recycling. That's... If it's not ready for bin, my kitchen roll, I just chuck it, I stick it back into tube and use it. I want to use a different colour now just because I can, and I'm going to have to twist that back in, aren't I? There were really no need to twist that out. Do you know, actually, these, I think these are about £10 for a set of 6, so yeah, the watercolours at £25, I think. I don't know. It's just like £25 for a set of 12, yeah. Anyway, shut moaning about price of stuff. Whee. I'm going to put a bit there as well. And I think I might... I just washed that green straight off, didn't I? Because... Oh, do you know, because that's already wet, it is blending better. So that might be another way to go. Wet your paper first. I mean, it does blend a bit. I'm not even going to squirt that. I'm just going to touch it. Then I'm going to take that water over there and blend that bit. This is controlled mess from me. I'm not the person who likes to get my hands dirty and sticky. I mean, I'm wanting to clean that finger already, but I'm going to come in with another colour. Hopefully you can begin to see why I wanted these map pages and why I chose the extra scraps I did as well. This is quite fun, actually. I do know I'm going to lose a lid, though. You just know it, don't you? I broke a pen lid today. One of the kids must have dropped it when they were putting the blaze, it was knocked off when they were putting the blazers on, and I just got downstairs. Then there were a crunch. I'm like, oh, what's that crunch? Pen lid. Oh yeah, I can transfer that. Oh, you get a much more wishy-washy look. Oh look, I can just put it anywhere I want. I need to blend that more. You can still see my pencil marks. This the other reason I've not used digitals for this. I should have said that near at the beginning. I didn't do my collaging with digitals because I know I'm going to be putting water on, and I've only got a inkjet printer, so we're definitely gonna... Come on, get more water on. Squeeze. Yeah, it would have run. I mean, some people like that look, some don't. I've gone to town on that, and I'm rubbing paper off, but it don't matter. It don't matter. I think I just want to get in there now with some watercolours. Like, use what you've got, get everything out you own. Just go for it. I'm going to do the stamping after this because I want to see the stamping. I want to see the detail. Right, crack on with these, woman. Right, I should have organised these into colours I want to use. Make sure I'm in shot. I definitely want to use that. And I definitely want to use that mustardy colour. And ooh, that looks a bit dark, but... Is that orangey or pinky? Yes, I know you can mix other colours, so let's get a bit of brown. I could mix that with that. I tell myself off sometimes, do you know what I mean? I think that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, I've mixed colours up already. I don't know where they're going to go, but I can't go a clue. Ooh, pop that there. It comes with its own brush, but I think I'm going to use my water brush. Oh, I don't want black. No, they're far too dark. Ooh, I don't want that. There's probably people looking, thinking, what is she doing with those watercolours? I'm playing. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing. So all I need to use now is that bit, them paints, and that paletty bit. No, use brush that it came with. I was going to say use brush God gave you. God didn't give me these. Oh, dear me. Pamela, but that's the first time you've been called God. Yeah, these were happy mail from Pamela. Thank you, darling. Right, let's get a bit brown. I just want to go straight onto paper, me, with this. Ooh. That's not enough colour, is it? See, I'm not really doing anything, just messing. I'm messing, see what happens. This must be the first time I've used watercolours since, before I had my kids, honestly. Definitely before I had my kids. And I'm going to go into that red. Mix it with a bit of brown, then I should get a nice burgundy colour. I mean, to be honest, I'm here mixing the same colours I've just used in Tim Holtz, aren't I? Yeah, of course I am. And I do know that when you do watercolour, you're supposed to wet your paper first, but I just don't want to. I don't want to. Oh, there's somebody at door now having fun there. That's going to dry in a right splodge. 2 ticks. And I'm back. It were Amazon. Yeah, been buying from Amazon again. I've got an amazing bargain on something. Right, I'm going to put more water on that, see what occurs. Yeah, that looks good. Don't be afraid to dab it like I've just done. I know the basics of watercolouring. My daughter is a really good artist. She's really good at watercolouring. And she tells me all these things she's learned. And I'm like, yes, I know the theory. The practice. Something altogether different. Right, I'm going to clean that. Put a bit more water out. Ooh, also, I'm going to show you at the end of the video what I've just had from Amazon. This is, I often say it, you need to watch prices on Amazon. They go up and they go down. And I have a lot of things in my watch list waiting to pounce when price goes down. And I've just bought something and it went down from I think it was £21 to £10.60. I'll give you a quick look. If you want to see the whole thing, I'll show it you at the end. It is a Crafts 2 ink blending set. You get the case and it's got ink blenders and sponges in it. Now, yes, I know the sponges may not be as good as the Timmy Holtz ones, but the reason I went looking is this. My little sponge started falling apart last night and I don't have any spares. So, yeah. I went on looking and it was £8 for a set of Tim Holtz sponges. It's not a Tim Holtz bashing video, honestly. I'm just very aware of finances at the minute. It's our cost of living crisis, as they call it in the UK. Yeah, everything's going up. It's mad. But if you look at right places, you can still get bargains. So yeah, it were £8 for, is this, I don't know if there's 6 or 8 in. Or there were that set there for £10.60. Ooh. This is very unprofessional watercolouring. I am very aware of that, people. That just looks terrible, that. I think I want to put more water on that. But I'm having fun. And I'm messing, which is sometimes unusual for me with out that could get my desk too messy. Yeah, I'm not big on these big splashes of colour. But I'm playing. I'll get there. I really do need to get a new ink bottle. Water bottle. It doesn't spray anymore, but at least I get water out in controlled droplets. I've now gone and mixed greening with my yellow. It's probably a bad idea, but hey ho. What do you know? In fact, let's mix it. Oh, I've got a nicer mustard there. In fact, I think it's like the colour of mud. It's very near that yellow, but they're going to end up on separate things. I'm just going to... I want some more red. I know there's going to be people checking the red that I'm using these, but it don't matter. I think the whole point of junk journaling sometimes is you do not have to be an artist. And I'm so not an artist. Yeah. I need more. I'm conscious that I'm trying to spread this out, but everything I'm doing, they're all going to get cut up. There you go, getting more water out now. Oops, there you go. That were impromptu, weren't it? There we go. Yeah, it's all going to be cut up, so it's all going to be in different places. So just slap it on. There you go, woman. Just slap it about. Oh, look, I've made Mexico a bit darker. Ooh, a bit of red. A bit more red, actually. Get a bit more red on. Go for it. Not everything in life has to be brown, does it? I don't want to put blue. I don't want blues on because these have still got to go in journals I make, and I like a more muted colour palette. I'm not really big on blue. I don't know why, because blue and purple are my favourite colours, and yet when I come to do junk journaling, they're not. I think I like how it's got more colour around edge there, you know, where I've toned that. I wish I'd toned more bits of paper, but I can do another one. I can see this being something I do more than once. I need something there. Shall I do orange? Go for it. Just get some brighter orange in. Oh yeah, I can live with that. Just mute it a bit. I can live with that, she says, and then makes it duller. I'm just faffing now, but it's fun. Faffy fun. I'm just splodging bits of colour on. I probably need a bigger brush, more water, and do some nice washes, but that obviously ain't happening, is it? There we go. There we go. I've not said we yet. Apparently, when I'm watercolouring, it's there we go. I just want to get some colour on these pale white bits. Not boring bits. Whee. Right. I think I'm happy with that. Don't guilt Lily, woman. Don't guilt Lily. Do you know what? I need to move these, don't I? Because if I don't, there's going to be a terrible accident involving watercolours and my desk and everything on it. Right. Just go. I've pulled a temporary drawer out. A temporary drawer. Right, there we go. I've done enough watercolour. I'm just going to get a quick blast just to make sure it's dry before I start splodging ink on it. Where's my heat gun? How's my heat gun got under my desk? Oh, you probably saw my head there. When I've got up to answer the door, yeah, my heat gun moved. Right, I'm just going to get a quick dry, because next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and do some spraying. There you go. Watercolouring leaves a lot to be desired, doesn't it? That's just, yeah. I might as well have just carried it. To be honest, I think I am more suited to the crayons. I do like the bits where I've used the crayons more. But, hey ho. Just dawned on me, I collaged that wrong side. You silly woman. I'm really rusty, I tell you. Right, I'm now going to bring in some of these. I've got these. I wanted these for a long, long time, and I finally got them. These are a present to me for my birthday. They're the Distress Oxide sprays. Timmy ones. And I'm going to put some... Oh, that's a big splodge, isn't it? I think that might be enough of that colour. And I'm going to just dab a little bit. And then I'm going to dry this before I put another colour on, because I don't want it to go mucky muddy. I quite like that, actually. My cereal box is curling up a bit, isn't it? But don't panic. We can sort that out easily. Whee. There you go. So that's a bit of red. Fired brick it was. Fired brick. And I've got some fossilised amber. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll start with my light ones first, then go dark. Oh, this one ain't even been opened. I don't use this colour. Woohoo, open it, woman. Open it. And these, especially for my daughter, I used to help her make a lot of sprays. And we used to use acrylic paint, distilled water. You can put a smidge of alcohol in. Apparently that helps kill bacteria off. I don't know whether it's true. You read a lot, don't you? See a lot. You don't know whether it's true. Bit there. I think I've got lots more splodges on than Joanne Jean did. Let's dry that. And then I used to put some mica powder in. You don't have to have coloured mica powders. You can. I've got one here that I got a refill. That one was from Arteza. Mica powder premium. That were basically because when I bought my daughter some art stuff for Christmas, I needed to spend about another £5 to get free delivery. So I popped that on. So it were basically nearly free. My kids have been telling me I ought to start a money saving channel because these tips are popping up all over on what to do to save money. Right, I've just noticed one of my, can you see that? It's not stuck down very well. So I'm going to grab my art glitter glue and I'm just going to poke it under the edge. It's because that were a very thick piece of cardstock and I've not got it right up to edge when I've glued it. Right, so just popped a bit of art glitter under. That'll keep drying while I'm doing this. Yeah, I need to start a money saving channel because they people are thinking it's amazing that they've thought of doing all these things that we already do. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, we do. It's like, yeah. But no, I don't have time. I don't have time to make enough videos on my craft channel at the minute, so I ain't starting a money saving channel. So, bundle sage, this one, nice green. I don't know if you need to check these more than I am doing, but hey ho. Ooh, I got that. I'm going to do some splodges with this. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, that's nice. To be honest, I forgot you could do splodges. You've heard the expression, if you don't use it, you lose it. I'm everything. If I don't do things, I forget they exist. I'm terrible. That's why my craft room is set up so I can see everything I want to use. Because if I can't see it, I'll forget it exists and I won't use it. Dab that a bit. I'm liking this. I mean, it's not art. It's not worthy. It's not going to be on display at the Louvre or the Tate Gallery, is it? Or Tate Modern, whatever it's called. I think it wouldn't look out of place down at primary school on wall with something once kids have done. Yeah, I miss messing about with kids for things like this. Kids, I love how kids collage. They just don't care. They just slap it down, get it done. They don't faff, they don't mess. It's brilliant. Right, and I'm going to put some walnut stain on. So I've just gone 4 colours. I've gone for an orangey, a greeny, a yellowy, and walnut stain. I'm going to do splodges with this. Oh yeah, I've gone more. Remember, you're cutting this up into little things, woman. I might do some more splodges, just a few, after I've done the stamping. That might be good. That's very loose, that lid. So let's try that. Whee. Yeah, so back to money saving. That's one of the things I've always done. I don't buy things unless they're on offer. We don't eat it unless it's on offer. We just don't. And when it is on offer, I get loads. Well, you've got 2 these days, haven't you? And I know it's not just in UK, it's everywhere, isn't it? Everybody's prices are going up, inflation. Worldwide global recession's heading for, isn't it? You know, I'm talking really miserable, aren't I? It's usually all happy cheerful on this channel, but it is. I'm not overly worried. My mum grew up during World War II. I've been taught right. Right. So I quite like that. I'm going to start doing some stamping now. Right, I just want to let that cool before I start putting ink on. So I'll give me desk a little bit of a wipe and I'll be back to do some stamping. 2 ticks, you won't notice I'm gone. And I'm back. Right, let the stamping begin. Now my stamping is going to be very random and I'm going to use, I think I might try my sepia. Sepia, where are you? There you go. Come on, pick up. Yeah, their footprints, they're just so cute. I know, yeah, the lady whose video I watched, she used black ink. I'm going to turn this rather than have to keep turning my stamp. I am going really random with this. I don't know why I'm putting footprints on, but it sounded like a good idea at the time. I'm gonna wipe my stamps as I go because I'm very naughty at forgetting to do them after. I've got this one, I like that. It's like a little, I don't know, it's like a little swirl. Some dotty bits in. I'm not even bothered if I overstamp in places. Turn them round. I like that one. Can you tell? I've used it loads. Make sure you stamp off edge on a few, missus. There we go. Give that a clean. I'm just using baby wipe. Then that one, I've left that one a bit wet. Got my towel to dry it. I've got this one. I'm not going to use a stamp pad for that. It's just like a Hessian pattern. I'm just going to come in and, can you see, different bits, different places. And then I think the next stamp I will change colours. Yeah. I wasn't going to use black, but I think it needs some black. It really does need some black, this. So I'm going to go black for me the colour. I don't think I'd have wanted all my stamps in black, but it does need some black. Right, I'll just clean off my Hessian stamp. Look at me, cleaning as I go. Being a good girl. It's unknown, isn't it? Right, that's like a bigger version of that one I used. So I'm just going to use parts of this one, I think. Oh yeah, it does definitely need some black. I like that. I'm not even bothered if my stamp is missing in places. I can live with that. These can go any way up as well. I've put some of my maps on sideways, some upside down, which is a big thing for me if you watch me regularly. You will know this. I'm going to clean that end at stamp and I'm going to use that end of it now for a bit. That's a bit too filled in for me liking, so I'm not going to use that one anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's too solid there, do you know what I mean? Right, what else we got? What else we got, missus? What else we got? I've sorted these out because that is going to be... I'm going to stamp that and then I'm going to cut around that as a film strip. I'm going to cut around that as a postcard. I'm going to cut around that one as a label, etc, etc. You get me drift now. Oh, I like that, but those were a bit filled in. I think I might like that better in sepia. See, I've just done away with using stamp blocks now, haven't I? I'm just going for it. I think it's going to be time to get my field notes out now. Yeah. Clean that, woman. You've been good. You're cleaning stamps. Yeah, I think I want some numbers and some labelly things. I always seem to go for that number because it's the first one I come to. I like that. I like that one that says receipt. And let's have that one. Oh, we'll have whatever fell out, shall we? I'm going to use a stamp block for this so I don't get my hands too disgusting. And yeah, I'm going to use black, I think. I don't know, I'm dabbing in every time. In fact, if I do 2 stamps, look, one will be darker than the other. I'll have to make sure they all go on something different. I went a bit mad stamping loads close together there, didn't I? And one more of them, I think. Clean it, clean it. There you go, being a good girl. I do like that one in a little square that says form something 34. I will put you down there. Another one there. I mean, they're not all stamping perfectly. We don't mind. So can you see it's getting very busy now? I noticed a few people in the comments on that video. They said, oh, I thought you were going a bit too far, making it too busy. But when they were done, they loved them. So, yeah. I'm hoping this is going to be the same. I think you can already see why I weren't too bothered about how well my watercolouring looked. I want this. And do I want that? See, I want it black. I want it black. I'll never make a decision, me, will I? That curled that way, and I've overcompensated now. Yeah. Oh, I've just put ink all on my desk. I bet somebody spotted that. There. And there. And turn. And there. Sound like I'm dancing. Choreography. And turn. And spot. And spin. You can tell I've never danced, can't you? I don't know what I'm saying. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. Oh yes, for those of you who are interested in how my little kitty cat's going on, Nala. Yes, I got her a new breakaway collar because she's been known to catch a few little mice. And it lasted a week. She looks so cute in it. Gorgeous little green bow. You can see it on my community page. If you go into my description on this video, I will put a link to community. I'll start putting a link to community page. Because I know it depends on the device you're on. It's in a different place and it's not always easy to find. I did YouTube for years before I knew there were a community page. And not everyone's got one. I don't know. You had to have so many subscribers. I think they've lowered that amount now, so more people have them. So more people might start, yeah, checking them. Right, what else do I need? What else do I need? I need something else. Another number. I'm going to do that one. My favourite number. I'm really liking this. So, oh, someone set a fire outside. I'm on right moan fest, me, aren't I, today? Oh, I'm not shutting my window. It'll be too hot. It'll be too hot, and I can't put fan on because it'll be too noisy. You've got like 6 weeks worth of moaning in one video here, haven't you? Jeepers. Where's my cloth gone? Where's me? I had a wipe and I've lost it. Did I throw it away because it was dirty? I don't know. I was busy talking when it happened. Quite often I miss a lot of things in life because I'm busy talking when it happens. I want something else. I don't know what. I just want something. I want a bit of text. I want a bit of text. I'm not going to go getting another set of stamps out for some text. I'm going to use one of these. Yeah, it's a label stamp. I'm just going to try and ink up just the middle. Yeah, I did it. I'm bending my stamp. Some people might be cringing, but hey ho. It's my stamp. I'm really liking this and I'm enjoying it. Oh, it's so good to get crafting. I think when you're not doing any crafting, it is hard to think, oh, what can I do? I mean, like I say, I've got masses of ideas written down of things to do, but it's having the will to implement them, isn't it? And now I'm just having fun. It's just fun, this. Whee! Shall I stop? I think I'm going to stop because there is more stamping to do, believe it or not. Believe it or not, there's more stamping to do and a bit more splishy splashing. So, I can't think offhand how quick this dries. It's pretty quick drying, but I'm just going to get a quick review with the gun just to make sure. Things get less shiny when they're dry, don't they? So if there's shininess, I'm going to just stick me... Well, matte things get less shiny when they're dry. I don't suppose shiny things do they? That was just like a really pointless thing to say, that, weren't it? All these things I'm using are matte when they are dry, so if they're shiny, I know they're not dry. Crazy lady. Although it still looks pretty shiny on some of those thick bits. Oh no, we need to... Because I've put lots of layers on, and yeah, some of that paper was slightly shiny. It can take your ink a little bit longer to dry on that. So that's a little bit drier. I'm going to pause again while I just clear the stamps away and leave myself with the ones we need. I is back. Right, I've got a slightly bigger stamp block. These are quite thick. I don't know if I'm going to like these. The ones in the field notes set, can you see? It's not, yeah, what's the word? The profile is slimmer. They've got a slimmer profile. So I'm going to stamp one, see what I think. So, ink it up. That's very annoying. And then I'm just going to frame something. I'm going to try and use as much of this as I can, but bits are going to get lost. Yes, some of you will be left behind. So I'm going to pop that there. Leave it a couple of seconds. I mean, yeah, the lady I watched, she had a big square stamp, a block, a wooden stamp, and it had 4, like, labels on it. It looked brilliant. Yeah, that looks good. I don't care that that's not come out brilliantly over the paper. I like it. Yeah, it's not too thick. I'll do a couple of these, but I wouldn't want to do any bigger. Right, this one, I just want to do that. Hold it. Get rid of it. That, I don't like that one. I'm not going to do any more in that. It's too thick. Way too thick. So let's go with the film strip. Right. I like the film strip better. So I'm going to do a few film strips. Yeah, let's get some over the other side where I'm going to get some different colours. I will have to leave this to dry again before I come in and cut it up, or my hands are going to be a right old mess. There we go. And I did say I would draw some as well. I'll do one more film strip. There we go. I'm not going to clean these. They're too chompy. They're too chompy. Does that even make sense? I don't think it does. This label I'm going to try now. See how that looks. It's like a distressed, grungy label, isn't it? I quite like that. Oh, I've just stuck my finger in ink. I'm terrible. Clean your finger though, woman. Clean your finger. Someone did mention last time I did stamping. It's nice to see other people get the fingers full of ink when they stamp. Yeah, I do. All the time. I'm terrible. I mean, if you had a... Well, I do have a stamping platform. It might make this quicker. Right, what's the other? I wanted to use the postcard. I'm not sure I'm going to like the postcard, but we can but try, can't we? We can but try. There might be too much black. I could try one in sepia. Because at the minute, this black, it's highlighting the frame rather than what's inside it, isn't it? Oh, that's very dark. Yeah, I'm going to try. Pardon me. I'm going to try this smaller label. And then I'll try one. Oh, the smaller label's much better. Look at that. I like that. I need to get some that go over more than one piece of paper though, don't I? Oh, I really like the smaller label. I think if I made this again, I'd use thinner papers. Yeah. Only because some of my labels, they're a little bit, I don't know. When they're cut up, they're just going to look aged and grungy. Yeah, just remember that. When they're cut up, they look aged and grungy. I'm going to stick to black. I'm going to stick to these smaller labels, I think. Yeah. That's a small one.
Small World by Jack Stauber from Spotify.
Really? Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. There you go. She's like my kids. Alexa does not listen first time. Yeah, so did you hear me ask her to play anything? I certainly didn't. Yeah, I like these smaller labels better. And I think the beauty of doing it like this is you've not got to try and get your label on a particular piece of card. We're going to cut round the label, so that job's done. Oh, I said I was going to draw some, didn't I? I'll leave that section. Yeah, I won't cut that section so that I can draw some. Could I fit one of those small labels there? I could. Waste not, want not, woman. Waste not, want not. And I think I'm going to do a couple more of these grungy labels, then I'll leave a little bit to draw my own label. There you go. It's one of them time travel things. You've already seen these, haven't you? There we go. Right, I'm going to be naughty. And rather than waiting for these to completely dry before I go cutting them, I'm going to do some cutting so I can draw some labels on what's left. I'm going to move my inky labels to the shelf out of the way. I've been doing so good cleaning the others as I went along, and then these I've just gone for it, cleaning, not occurred. Right, so I'm just going to cut there. Oh, wrong scissors. Timmy scissors cut much better. Let's pretend that I've already put my tea-dyed paper on back, or pretend that I actually collaged on right side. Silly woman. Can't believe I did that. But that's my hardship. I'm going to have to. Whee. I've just cut into a label there. I'm sure it'll glue back together. Look at that. What I should have done is I should have done my drawing first and then stamped everything else. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these. These are Stabilo. You can, yeah, I'm going to show this. It's called Aquarellable. The brand is Stabilo, and it's all A-double-L, yeah? And this, you can use them on ceramics, you can use them on glass, you can blend them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a label. Right, so I'm not going to make, can you see, don't quite touch. I'm going to make it that shape that one of those Denison labels is. I mean, yeah, it's not going to. And then I'm going to put another line on the outside. And imagine how good this would be if you actually used a ruler. You could use a ruler and a fine liner. I've just basically drawn a label. And I can't draw. So there we go. You don't need to use that Stabilo wall. You can use anything. I just like the look it gives. It's very distressy, shall we say. And I'm going to cut that. Then if you don't think there's enough detail on any of these when you've done them, I think I could have gone more to town with my stamping and splattering and stuff. We're going to do another layer of splatters, but then I didn't. That's my hand-drawn label. I don't think that's bad, me, for hand-drawn. Let's cut a non-hand-drawn one out and put it side by side. So I'm just gonna cut. Yeah, I think if I'd used Amazon packaging, it would have been too thick to cut properly, and that was my worry. That's why I went for cereal box. I mean, I know I wanted something thicker than a regular card because I want to use some of these as dangles. So, there we go. I don't think my hand-drawn label is that bad, actually. I mean, you can stamp with anything. If you want to do circular labels, which I didn't want to, because I would have had to get a die cutter out. I was going to, then I thought, nah. Whee. So that's hand-drawn, that's stamped. Not much difference really, is there? I'll cut one more out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these dry for half an hour. cut all out but the last couple, and then you'll be able to see them. Well, you've seen them at the beginning, but it's nice to end the video with the finished product as well, isn't it? I think so anyway. And I'm very slow at cutting things like this out, so you really honestly would nod off watching me. So there we go, I've got two little label embellishments there and one hand drawn one. So you will see me back here with 90% of those cut out, and I'll just do the last few with you. And then before I go, as promised, I'll just show you what's inside this crafts 2 folder. So 2 ticks. I'm back again. I've done a lot of coming and going in this video, haven't I? Right, so I've cut most of them out, and what I've also done, I've just inked round edge. Have I inked that? I don't even know if I've inked that one. Yes, I've just inked round edge, she says. And then the one that I've inked round. I'll show you one I haven't inked round. Yeah. You know, because you see little white bits where you've cut. I've not gone for black ink. I'm just using my walnut stain. I feel it's dark enough. Black ink is so messy, as you've already seen when I was stamping. I do have a black soot distress ink, but I get in such a tangle when I use it. So that's that done. And this is all my sheet, every little bit, all the scraps I've cut off. So I've tried to use up as much as possible. No waste. I am feeling that some of these labels I could put another number on. So yeah, you just come in, put another number on. I think that one needs one. That one's fine. That needs a bit of ink, the film strip. But I really like these. Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching me do them. Like I say, I've never done them before, so it was experimenting on camera, I suppose, weren't it? Yeah. But because I'm so rusty, if I'd have waited till I were confident in doing something 100%, it might have been next week when you got a video. Right, one other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop an eyelet through one of these. I think I'll use the black gunmetal eyelet for that. That might be a bit big, that one. That's rather large. Oh yeah, they're the ones I bought that are slightly bigger than 3/8 of an inch, but they do still work with the crocodile. I'm just going to pop a hole in that. I'm gonna do it. I'm eyeballing it. Yeah, that's okay. Pop that in. Yeah, my eyelet setter's on. Right, setting. Squishy squash it. And then I grabbed one of these ball chains. I don't know if I'm going to hang them all like that, so I'm not going to do them all. So I quite like that. It's cute, isn't it? I'll do a couple more. And right, one other thing I've just thought of. I mean, yeah, I've used these stamps. I get stuck in, must do what I've said. I'm going to make those labels, must make them with labels. But I've got this spare bit that I didn't stamp, and I'm just going to cut it. To be honest, I ought to cut it. It'd probably look better if I cut it on my trimmer. To make sure it's square, because it's nearly square. And I'm just going to snip the edges off like it was a label. I mean, I know we drew that one. In fact, which one was it now? That one, I can tell, because it's a different shape, but I think that one looks pretty okay. And I'm just going to see what happens if I just ink round edge with my walnut stain ink. Yeah, I mean that. You don't even need to do the labels, do you? And if you're not as scared of black ink as I am, you could ink the edge with black and that still looks like a label. So, there we go. It's yeah, just remember, you don't have to go out and buy everything you see people using. Can if you want. I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. Bless me again. I think that's all dust in craft room with lack of use. It's not had a good proper cleaning weeks. Yeah, I'm really liking these. And I've got my hands mucky. Look at me. I've got my hands mucky. I'm not a get your hands that mucky kind of crafter, as you probably noticed if you watch me. Right, I promise you one more thing at the end, didn't I? Those, I'd show you those. Yeah, that crafts 2 distress kit. Right, and it was prompted by me needing some new ones of these because bits are falling off. I've got bits all over here. I only use it for something grungy. I need a new foam. So let's get this out. I'm going to pop a piece of paper down on top of that. Oh, why would I tidy my desk? Why would I? And I will just check that I'm in frame. Yeah, we're in frame. So this is it. It was £10.60. I think the way that it works with Amazon is, the more people are buying a certain item, there's an algorithm. I don't know if this is true, but this is what it seems to be. You know, when other people have said, my friends have said, oh, I've just got this for so-and-so, grab one. You'll go and it's gone up a 50p. Then you'll buy it and you'll look again and it's gone up another 50p. When the price is low, the more people start buying it, the price goes up. It's like, yeah, supply and demand instantly. I don't know. I've not done economics. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you get the gist. So if you go on and you say that is still £20, that may be because other people have been buying it. I honestly don't know. It's still at £10.60 today. So you get this case. It's lovely. It's like A5 size, which is, yeah, just bigger than half a letter size. You open it up. Wowza. You've got 4 handles that size. And there's 3... Was there one of those missing? Yeah, I've got one missing. I'm not going to complain for that price. 3, 6, so it's 8. So that's what I would have paid £8 for from Tim Holtz. Yes, I know the quality may not be as good, but I'm willing to give it a whirl for that price. Because the worst thing that happens is I've got a case and I've got some new handles, yeah? Which I could do. Hi, darling. My kids are home from school now, which I could have done with anyway. So you've got one in that size, 4 handles, 8 foams, and look at this. Oh my word. There's 5 of the teeny tiny handles, and can we even count these foams? I don't think I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of the little foams. And you've got this case. And you could take that out and use this case for anything. It doesn't have to be used for these handles. There is room to put more daubers in. So let's see if I can fit my existing Tim Holtz one in, if I haven't lost it already. Looks pretty much the same size to me. There you go. Sorted. Can you get them in without getting ink on your fingers? Yes, you can. I thought I'd just check that, seeing as I've just put my thumb straight in it first time. I'm quite happy with that for £10.60. I'll let you know how it goes on over time. But yeah, it feels the same. We don't know if the sponge is the same. We just don't know. It's not something I've ever bought off-brand before. But when I saw this, I couldn't resist. So, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit more of a craft with me than a tutorial today, wasn't it? And yeah, at least I've got something to end it. Yay! So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.